the suppression of the use of marijuana and of the forces lurking behind it are the most important jobs this department is now engaged in. In 1930, the records on marijuana in the Washington office of the Narcotics Division scarcely filled a small folder like this. Today, they fill cabinets.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, Coloradians, and everyone that's smart enough to listen from the outside.
It's one of the most amazing plants we've ever discovered.
The pot party, the trippers, the grasshoppers, the hip ones, all gathered in secrecy and flying high as a kite.
I got Winnie Bucks!
Man, I ate an edible yesterday to help with a hangover, and I think I bit off more of that 50 milligram than I thought. So I entered that thing of anxiety. And so for like 20 minutes there, I was like, holy fuck, my hangover's getting exponentially worse. And then as soon as we broke through that force, I was gold. I just couldn't do much.
Your comfort level on edibles?
It's, like 50. Jesus. But consuming all that at once though, you're going to have a little 15-minute period there where it's not comfortable. But then
you kind of get into that plateau. Yeah, mine's like 25. Like those dosed black cherries are a great 25 milligram each one, and they hit you real quick. I enjoy those. Eve, what's your recommended dosage?
My max is probably 10, unless I really just want to forget everything. Then I'll have like 20 or something. But I go right to sleep.
Yeah, that's
I don't stay awake.
When I eat the big guys, I'm pretty much out like a light.
But, yeah, like functioning like 20.
Yeah.
But you start at 50?
No.
That's just for when you want to sleep or just not
That's
do
for
anything?
just when I don't want to be here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So take you to another world.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to be able to really make sentences or be able to speak with anybody.
We need to tell more stories about when you eat the sashimi melted gummies that are like 600 milligrams on accident.
Oh, man.
Chris sent himself into a coma one time, and Steph was like calling him, and he was like, sound like Christopher Reeves in the bed.
She was like, I could tell you're high. I was like, I hope so.
Wow.
Welcome
Jesus.
back, ladies and gentlemen, to Stoned Appetit. That intro is brought to you by the DARE campaign.
Which failed miserably.
Yeah, drugs on war the war on drugs won. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another week of Stoned Appetit. With your host, as always, it's me, Kip, and to my left, I got CBCB. How you doing?
All in all, I'm doing pretty damn good. Doing real good.
You got a shit-eating grin for a Monday. Much happier than everybody else on the planet.
Well, I'm just happier that I'm happy that we can report you are now older than you were on the previous episode.
That is a good call.
That brings you joy?
That brings Chris
It
joy.
does bring me joy because he's always talking about how young he is, but he's starting to get into that older half.
People thought
of
I was
that
31
age
at
demo.
my own birthday party, so thank you very much.
Nice.
Well, sweet.
Yeah.
Chris doesn't want to hear that.
That third voice you heard is Eve, who's on the ones and twos yet again, and she is fired up to be here. How are you, Eve?
I'm great.
How did you celebrate Kip's birthday?
I watched some of The Office in your memory.
Extended cut?
Yep.
Nice. Did you get anything fun this weekend? What about the westerly winds of Colorado? They measure up to that of Maine? You got a little taste of the wind and the snow?
Yeah, it was very fucking windy.
Dreary. Blistery.
Scary windy, like knock shit over type windy this weekend.
We lost a couple good glasses that were outside.
Ooh, I figured that would happen.
Yeah, that's my fault for not. But we have a great episode. We're going to recap Vegas. I'm still not really recovered, but we're going to power through. And then we're going to recap whatever the fuck y'all did while I was gone. I see no one cleaned the house. And lastly, we're going to finish with my favorite part of this episode, which is the Christmas draft. At the beginning of every month, we have a draft, just us three duking it out for something seasonal or anything in that realm. And this month, we're doing Christmas movies. It's a murderer's row out there. There's a lot of different angles, and we're going to dive in and touch all of the crevices. But before we do that, I want to give a shout out to our friends over at Connect for Health Colorado. The open enrollment season for Colorado Healthcare Exchange is now. From now until January 15th, no matter what your circumstances may be, whether you get it through your work but your family doesn't, maybe you don't have a job, you lost it in the recent 2023, don't worry, they got you covered. Maybe you need to get it because you started a small business. All of those and more. All you have to do is reach out, speak with the specialist about a plan and a price that works for you. You can go to connect4healthco.com, or if you want to reach out and just ask some basic questions, you can check them out on social media. They're on Facebook, they're on Twitter, they're on Instagram at C4HCO, and that's Connect 4 Health Colorado. So check them out, y'all. We partner with them every year because folks that work in our industry, maybe our community, in the restaurant world, in the cannabis world, don't get necessarily the best offerings through their small businesses or their companies. And so the industry needs to be taken care of. And so Connect for Health is here to help. Reach out to them. Thanks, y'all. All right, Eve, I thought we did pretty good.
That was good for someone who just got back from Vegas and is super stoned right now.
Yeah, we did
Good for
content making today. There's a lot of great vendors.
Right, playing the
going on at
content.
Starbuds.
Yep.
What the fuck? This judgment, it's only going to start. That's the beginning because let me tell you all about Vegas. Shoo!
I can't wait to hear her judgments on you.
Okay, so that place is a fucking vibe. So for those that don't know, MJBiz is a 3-day marijuana conference down in Vegas. Most of it is manufacturing. There's people that make vapes, as I've got a new boy sitting around here. There's people that do hardware. There's people that do edible creation. You can watch machines make them on site. But realistically, most of the work is done after the actual trade show because you take over such a large amount of that convention center. You have to really work your balls off if you're trying to network and talk with fucking 500 exhibitors. And obviously, depending on everybody's niche, like if I walk the floor with our friends like from Eureka, we would hit up kind of more of the ones in the vape world, which everybody knows we like them because you can kind of they're like the Miller Lite, you know. You can find them in Arizona or Colorado. They're going to hit the exact same. They're trusty and reliable. So they kind of stick to one side and things of that nature. But afterwards, that city's just fucking crazy. And so everyone kind of congregates at Chandelier Bar, which is in the bottom of the Cosmo. And it's just a rager. And then you split off into these little factions and you go to these after parties that are put on by those exhibitors and those companies that sponsor them. Those parties are just fucking ridiculous. And they go all night because they rent out everything from just like a DJ club to the Spearmint Rhino. Like everywhere. Everything, there's a party everywhere going on. And so we tried to keep it a little casual. Like I didn't gamble a single dollar. Not really my cup of tea. I'm a big sports degenerate, and that's the only money I spent. I didn't play any table games. I did do a little sports gambling.
Good for you.
And I lost. But I didn't piss away $500 or $1,000 just like throwing rocks at the table. And I didn't spend any money in the strip club. Shout out to me. We ate like kings, and the first night we kept.
Does that mean you still went to one? You just didn't give them tips?
No,
yeah,
I'm not. Come on, Eve.
That's what you made it sound like.
Oh,
I mean,
no.
You just didn't go.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was saying I didn't spend money at the institutions where you would often consider a money pit.
Were there dancers at these after parties?
Yes.
Not like exotic dancers, but dancers.
Tons of them. Yeah, and then you fucking see like famous people just running around all over the damn city, and then like Mike Tyson's there doing a photo shoot for his, edible brand.
Do you see a lot of bottle service at these?
There's bottle service everywhere, and everything just starts at $50. It's wonderful, and then goes up to like $700. You're like, God damn it, who's paying for all this? Not me. But at the same time, like we did some wholesome stuff, like just get high and go hang out at the Sphere. Like that was really fucking cool. I thoroughly recommend that, especially if you're not a gambler. The Sphere is legit as shit. And we ate at Peter Luger's. It was awesome.
Okay, so we got to ask some questions here.
Okay, shoot.
Just can't just ramble on. So the Sphere, if you're going out there, like, do they have just like a slate of events going on? Or did they show like, because I've seen like movies or whatever.
So they just have two things going right now. One of them is called Postcard from Earth, which is apparently... It's about global warming, but they kind of do it through the lens of planet Earth kind of vibe. And then you're like, why am I taking lecturing from a fucking, 4 billion, something that's pulling all of the energy of Henderson, Nevada? You're sitting in this big, like, gas industrialized building, and you're telling me I'm the fucking problem? Like, come on.
Who narrates that movie? Is it?
I don't know, but I wish it was Morgan Freeman. But it is awesome, like the video itself. So like when an elephant walks in front of the screen, and it's full encompassing. So like he steps like in front of your foot, and then he keeps walking by your peripherals, and then here comes another animal. And when like something big like that happens, your chair shakes, like in Disney World.
Ooh, so it's like 5D shit.
Yeah, I don't know if that's exactly the phrase
no,
we're going to use.
That's the term.
Okay, sure. Is he right? Okay. I thought you were just like saying that as like we're high.
No, because you're adding like an
extra
experience.
element.
Yeah.
And then they also have these big ass like wind cannons. So like in some points you feel like you're in a glider and you go over like the Horseshoe Bend and in the Grand Canyon, and when you go over, your seats are pretty steep, like Super Bowl or Superdome steep, like they're steep, and you get this. Like it hits you with light air, and then you like go quicker, and it hits you with more air. So it's like your hair blows back a little bit. It's fucking cool. It's a really cool place, and they also have U2 going on the weekends. And this would be a cool thing to see. If I was going to go to a U2 concert, I would want it to be in the Sphere.
Well, yeah, but
or maybe like I don't know, Glastonbury or whatever.
I'd rather eat rocks than go to a U2 concert, but that's just me.
Well, Chris, some folks like Bono, and I don't think that we're in a place that we should discriminate against those folks. Fish will be there next spring, so if your crunchy fucking loser ass wants to go to that, you can go to that. But for those that want to go to U2, it would be pretty cool. I think it would be cool to see U2 in the Sphere.
How much does it cost us to get in to see a movie?
It goes from like $65 to $150, so it's like the cost.
Standard movie price.
Yeah, I mean if you count popcorn and soda, yeah. But they also have like these interactive experiences out in the venue, like in the concourse, where they'll build they'll use like Minority Report stuff, and they'll turn you into an avatar, and then they'll show you on this big screen what your avatar is in front of all these people. And then they have other places where you can like look and see how machinery is made through these like holographic lenses. It's pretty fucking neat.
Yeah, that does sound neat.
It's a nightmare getting out of there, which I'm sure people in Vegas say everywhere is a nightmare.
Yeah.
But it was the pits getting out, but it was the tits while you're in. It's pretty cool. But yeah, so we had a big time. That was the first night. Second night, we went a little harder in the paint. Shout out to our friends over at Grasslands. We've had Ricardo Baca. He was named PR Firm of the Year at the MJs. He's been named one of the best executives to work for in Colorado in 2023 from Denver Business Journal. And he threw a bitchin' party. They threw a party. Debbie, Molly, they all kicked the crap out of it. So they were up in the arts district of Vegas, which I did a video there for Mile High Life. This was PE, pre-Eve. But so I kind of knew a little bit of the area. Nice restaurants around there to eat. We got some tips from friends as well. But this party was fucking packed. It was, this whole bar was taken over. They had like a band or a DJ playing, and then like a gazebo and like an Airstream and a big ass patio, and everyone's just vibing, smoking, having a good time. So people are like, so what is it that you do? And I tell them, and they're like, get the fuck out of here. So we made a lot of friends through the networking world, but especially because Ricardo gets like all these like true movers and shakers in the industry to be at his events. And so that went well into the night. And then if I remember, we went to some other party after that. It was a little bit smaller and a little bit more intimate group setting or whatever. Mm-hmm. And then finished the night at Chandelier Bar until like 4 a.m. So and then you just rinse and repeat. So on the last day, I filmed a bunch of food reviews in Chinatown to really make the juice worth the squeeze. I fucking love Chinatown. Love it.
I've got a question. So first off, Best Bite in Chinatown, and then we'll go about Best Bite overall.
Okay, so Shang Du Taste, which has gotten a Michelin Guide nod or something of that nature out of L.A., has a location in Vegas as well. They have this, it's called Toothpick Lamb with cumin spice. This place is in a nonchalant little strip. We also got like fried chicken innards, but this Toothpick Lamb was heavenly. It's got like the proper amount of spice where if like you think of it in like a Mexican version, it's paired with a little bit more of like an anise vibe to it, and then it's hit with like salt, pepper, a little sesame, and then topped with cilantro, or cilantro's just kind of hanging out in there. It's a fucking bite, Chris. The second best bite I got was this. It's called the Big Mouth from our friends over at China Mama. I've talked of China Mama before. Their first location burnt on the inside. I don't know, King of Wings type situation. When you're cooking such dank food, the kitchen just catches on fire.
Yeah.
God tries to take, tries to knock you down, but you just keep battling back with dankness. That's what happened to China Mama. So they opened a second location in this strip mall with another restaurant called Shanghai Taste. And there was a couple other like boba restaurants and stuff. But China Mama is hands down one of my best places. It's my favorite. It's, in my opinion, better than Din Tai Fung. And I'm sure that's not even the best dumpling in Vegas. But I fucking love the Big Mouth wraps. It's like a noodle that they pan fry, stuffed with minced pork and then topped with chili oil. It's fucking divine.
Eve's nodding in approval.
Do you approve?
Yeah, you're just talking about Din Tai Fung, and I've been to that place in LA. I was like, yeah, it's okay.
Yeah, see, like this place is better. It's
I believe
better.
you. Yeah.
It's better. I promise you that. And it's because like it's a little more of an intimate, like it's not in the bottom of the Aria or whatever where you're having to like pound out 6,000 dumplings an hour because of fucking asshole tourists. This, I was like one of like 6 tables that was full, and just over there sitting in the corner by myself, minding my own business, licking my wounds from just drinking and partying too much and just pounding tea and just throwing back dumplings. I was being a huge piece of shit in the corner of that restaurant. I wasn't like jerking off or anything, but I was having a big time with the pants tent.
We skipped over how was Peter Luger's Steakhouse?
So I've never done New York Peter Luger's, but shout out to our buddy Jeremy Jacobowitz, who is the the Brunch Boys founder. He swears by the burger, and obviously everyone knows that they broil, bring out the T-bone, cut it, and then finish it in a hot plate with butter back in the broiler. It's fucking good, Chris. And it comes out just a little bit rare, but a quality crust on the outside, so it's like real juicy. Then they get a little of that, where they flip it on each side, hit it on the sear, and then toss it on your plate. You add that plus about 18 pieces of bread and some cream spinach. Dude, happier than a pig in shit. It was awesome. It was awesome. And I'm sure someone will be like, it doesn't even hold water to New York. Maybe so. But if I was in New York, again, I'd rather be in fucking Chinatown than spend my time at Peter Luger's. But it was a delicious steak. Don't ask me the price point because someone else took care of it. But shout out to that team that was nice enough to invite me for that. And you'll hear stories throughout the next couple of weeks from Vegas of interviews we did, both with people on the floor, people in bars and restaurants, hung over in hotels. We got the full experience and background and work cut out for Eve over the next couple of weeks.
So one thing too I wanted to ask you about was, what was that? I saw it on the stories. What was that like tunnel or tube? It almost looked like you were in like a ride.
I kept calling it Batman's Cave, and it's called the Las Vegas Loop. So it apparently opened in late 2021, which I've done MJBizCon a few times now, but I didn't go last year because of my hand surgery. And navigating Vegas with one arm is a fucking bitch, So I'm not doing it. So I missed out on this luxury last year. But what it is, it's a route underground that they use emission-free cars, aka electric cars, and then they all go based off of like a system. So like they know on this little rat race screen where all these cars are, and so like they do like little runs, like you can go cross the underneath the hotels and everything because it's just such a vast piece of property. Like walking from one hotel to the next is fucking 6,000 steps. Like I probably have calves of Phil Mickelson. I probably look like Ronaldo below the knee. Fuck you, Eve. What was that nod? Because of how much walking. So whenever you can alleviate some of that, and this was on more of the north end of the strip, it has not made its way all the way to the south side, but it's up there kind of near the Westgate, the convention center, and the resort world, which was, it was a very nice added bonus so that you could kind of cut out some of the traffic. And if you need to get out of the convention center quick, you could get a personal service that runs you through these tunnels underneath the strip.
Did you spend company money on calf implants while you were out there? Is that what happened?
No, but you should check these bad boys out.
Ooh.
Look at that, Chris. Get that on camera, E.
Look at that flex.
Okay.
God. But yeah, 30,000 steps a day. Some folks have been calling me the next Lance Armstrong of drinking competitions. And I mean, at the same time, we probably smoked 7,000 joints. Shout out to Adam Weiss. I mean, everywhere you turn. It's awesome. What's up, Eve?
Nothing.
No.
What was your favorite, I don't know, smoke or whatever? Was there like a certain...
Okay, so we
brand or
went to
something?
this party called Minorities in Cannabis that friends invited us in. And it was funny because they were like, oh, you're here with Aaron? And I was like, how'd you know? And then we look around and we're like the only 3 white people there. And I was like, okay, got it. And so our friends from Bloom County, they just launched in Maryland recently. And so some of that was on display. And so we grabbed a couple eighths of that. That fucking slapped. But most of it was like people brought, whether it's homegrown or whatever. Our friend Jared over at Rhino North Supply, unbelievably kind host, warm hospitality, always had primo smoke. And then Chris and the team from Shaolin, I don't know if you've heard of them, Eve, but he was both at the Grasslands party and we just saw him around. He has these hash hole joints and these fucking joints the size of my like middle finger, like huge boys, and they kind of run a little bit
Those were
steep.
huge.
They are big boys. And so he was handing those out, and that's an experience in itself. Like this thing's the size of a cigar that Michael Jordan puffs on. And so a lot of great cannabis was on display from Colorado representatives. Our buddy Mile High Dave was out there showing out, and then on fuck tons of hash. But if I hit too many dabs, I'm just going to go to sleep. And you would have thought that, I mean, I could have fought World War III this weekend. I was on fire. And by this weekend, I mean Tuesday through Thursday. Jesus. Not so much on Friday. Friday was tough. And Sunday was tough.
Yeah.
What'd y'all do this weekend? Beat that, Eve.
You got
I'm
first,
not gonna
Eve.
beat it.
We got to hear it.
I went to some Christmas market in Dairy Alley. Is that what you
Dairy
call it?
Block?
Dairy Block.
Oh, I love her. She's so innocent.
She's trying
I know.
to learn the
Fuck yeah.
lingo. She's getting
I know.
around
Wait,
Denver.
I'm so proud of you. That was good. Can you beat that, Chris? I know you haven't been here too terribly long. You quit working for Spielberg to come join this team. But have you been to the Chris Kindle market that's down in Civic Center Park? It's really fun, and they
No.
do it in the German-style wood little thingies.
Yeah.
And then they have food trucks and hot chocolate, and sometimes they have music. You should check that out, seeing as you love Christmas as much as I do.
I don't think that's possible, but...
I fucking love Christmas.
Well, is this like every weekend? Because some
I
Christmas
think they do it
markets
during
are all
the
the
daytime
time.
too, but don't
Okay.
hold me to that. And Civic Center Park people will probably shoot us a message and let us know.
Okay, I'll look into it. I'll definitely go to more markets.
They're
It's fun. Yeah,
I
it's
enjoy
cute.
looking, and most of them it's like really nice. Like if you're a weed bro, you may get this, like really like hand blown glass work, like nice crystals. But that's only if you have a lot of cash would somebody be able to buy one of those.
Yeah.
But at the same time, they have a bunch of like one-off pieces of art and things of that nature. So it's not for like trinkets. I mean, there are, but they also have a little nicer stuff if you are trying to buy mom or dad a gift. My mom would actually really appreciate that ornament. Shout out to me for thinking of that. Chris, what'd you fucking do this weekend?
Didn't get into too much, although I did check out the Westward holiday party.
Oh, yeah? Did you have some fun?
So I went down there for a brief...
Wait, where was it? Just in the building,
It
or
was-
did they have it somewhere?
So it was at their office location.
Oh, so they didn't spring for like a...
No, I mean, their office is nice.
Oh, okay.
Like, it's actually... I don't know
Gotcha.
how new it is, but it's like... It's a legit office space. So it was cool.
Wait, is this not a legit office space? Is that what you're trying to say? That's fucked up.
Do you want it to be? I didn't think you were going for the office vibe, Kip.
Office space vibe. Like, what is it you do here?
Oh.
Anyways, yeah, so check that out for a little bit, but, with all the college football action going on this weekend, I had some other things.
Congratulations. God damn
So-
it. How do you continue to sell your soul for fuck? That is so much. I hope you feel better about what you've done to those kids from Florida State that deserved that opportunity.
Deserving is one thing, but that doesn't always get you what you want. Anyways, so did that, and then I needed to get back on the food truck buzz, so I went around and checked out a couple food trucks, and that actually kind of fell into my best bite of the week. Really? I'm not gonna lie, best bite of the week, Uptown and is it Humboldt and Uptown or Uptown?
Yeah. Uptown and Humboldt, also in the Zeppelin station.
Yeah, so they started a food truck. Maybe around like 2020, 2021. But anyways, they're now at the Full Tank Food Park, and they're throwing out their breakfast burritos. And one of the best breakfast burritos I've had.
Really? What's the price point on that puppy?
Yes. Well, actually, they're going to share some pictures with me because they have really good ones.
You can't take it. What do you want me to do? Like, I can't, we continue to have this conversation.
Talk to me. How are you going to take a picture of a breakfast burrito wrapped in aluminum foil?
You take a bite and then you take a picture.
Okay,
or it's a video of a review, or it's a cut down the middle, open face split.
Okay, I was going to, but I'm going to get pictures of food moving forward, but they're going to send me some better pictures.
Sure.
But anyways, it's just a really nice, the price point is like $9-10. So
wow. No, it's a good price.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you were about to start
cheap.
complaining. Anyways,
in this economy, $10 is just fucking. I mean, everything except.
I mean, if it's a big burrito, I think it's worth it. For
yeah,
10.
it's a big burrito.
Yeah, it's not a Santiago's. It's like a quality one too.
But anyways, like they're not doing like the green chili, that kind of stuff. This one that I had was chorizo, eggs, and then they pair it with like this chimichurri sauce that they make. And it's fucking good because the chorizo in it, you get a little bit of crispiness and you get a little bit of like thicker kind of like, like ground up chorizo.
Yeah.
And the eggs though, the eggs were really well done and they stayed like
not
fluffy.
Too runny.
No, they stayed fluffy in the burrito. And so all in all, like every bite, you got a little bit of chorizo, you got a little bit of egg, and you just dip it in the chimichurri. It fucking sings.
Oh, sings. I like that word.
And the tortilla is like a cilantro type tortilla. Like it's got cilantro like in with the flour. Yeah, and it's fucking good.
Damn, that does sound good. I did have a good brunch when I got back to town.
Is that your best bite?
If China Mama is probably my best bite, or Chengdu Taste from last week. But let me tell you about this brunch that is accessible without a fucking plane flight. Coperta just started doing brunch, and Coperta is an Italian restaurant uptown. For those that know, that's a nighttime. They do like dank ass pastas. Well, Chef Paul and Chef Kenny have teed off, and this takes like actual skill. They're not just doing basic Betty, like whatever you would see on a brunch menu.
Put an Italian spin on it?
Italian-ish is what it says on the
love
menu.
ish.
Like they have gelato sandwiches like inside of like a cronut donut topped with like whatever. Or you can go the savory route, which I did like a mushroom ragu over polenta with sunny side eggs. But they have this thing called a Roman street fritter. $6 for two. It's about the size of your palm. They are a combination of chickpea and spinach. They taste like you're biting into a cloud. I can't tell you how gorgeous this bite was. We were sitting behind Penelope Wong from Yan Wonton and her husband Rob, and they went back for seconds after burning their mouth because they ate the first one so quickly. It was unfucking believable. And then they have like some basic stuff like Benedict's and breakfast sandos, but at the same time, that Roman street fritter, it was a pants tent. I loved it.
Do they got some good brunch cocktails?
Yep. I went with the passion fruit float, which actually has like passion fruit bobas at the bottom of it. It's very boozy, very boozy. Mo went with something fizz, and it was pretty good too. It had a little bitters around something of that nature that kind of turned it on the tongue. That was a nice little cocktail. And then they have Bloody Marys, and all you can drink or buy a bottle of champagne and you get a juice for like $30. So it was approachable in price. We kind of obviously went the gluttonous route and ordered more than we needed, but when you were talking breakfast burritos, it made me remind me of that fluffy street fritter, and so I had to give a shout out to Coperta. All right, so I think we've done pretty well. We've covered everything. Let me make sure I didn't miss anything in regards to quick shout-outs from Vegas. I think we made everything happen. It's time for our Christmas. Oh, yeah, I probably should tell the story about getting locked out of my room at 3 o'clock in the morning, but that's for another day.
Ooh.
Yeah, all the keys were on the MGM app, So like you would dub it like that and it would unlock it. And so you have to use it to get on the elevator. So I had like 1% when I was walking back one night. And by the time I got up to my floor, walked half a fucking mile around to the other side of the building because my view was a view of the air conditioning units that were in the middle.
You pay extra for that.
Yeah. I paid as low as I could go without being a pleb off strip. And my battery died before I could get to my room. So then I had to go back downstairs because you can obviously go down without it. And then they were like, well, do you just want to charge your phone? I was like, give me a fucking hard key. What's so hard about this? Like, God damn it.
So did they give you a hard key? Or they couldn't?
They did. They were just making fun.
I don't like the app key thing. I never heard of this before, but I don't like that.
Yeah, I don't.
Especially in Vegas, I feel like so many people lose their phones after a drunk night. You know what I mean? And then you get back to your room and you're like, fuck.
Plus, like, it's just like something else you have to download, and then you probably have to sign up for something. No, give me the plastic card because I want to steal it afterwards.
Oh, for like a souvenir?
Or I don't know. Usually I just take it with me. I just forget about it. But also a souvenir.
Yeah, I find it in my wallet a couple months later. I'm like, this is why I'm walking around like George goddamn Costanza.
Back troubles.
Yeah, no shit. But I forgot about that. And that actually, the next morning when I told that story briefly in stories on social media, people were like, wait, I need details. How did you get locked out of your room at 3 o'clock in the morning? I was like, all right, I'll just remember. So I had that as a reminder of you're an idiot door key. So
it was really just your phone died.
Yeah. But at the same time, my job is to be on this fucking phone. I should be able to keep it alive till a full work day. Joke's on me, though. I don't. All right. So, y'all, this Christmas draft is brought to you by our friends at Starbuds and Emerald Fields and Standing Akimbo. I don't know if you know this, but if you're a frequent flyer of any dispensary, I doubt those other dispensaries are giving you grocery gift cards. That's right. If you visit any location more than once in a week, you're automatically entered into a raffle every week to win a gift card from that dispensary. So if you hit the Emerald Fields down the street twice just for a pre-roll because your boss is a cunt, perfect. Guess what? You're automatically entered. So during the holiday seasons, we know folks are watching how they spend. We don't want to put a minimum price on this fun little supermarket sweepstakes. We just want to say thank you for shopping with us over at Starbuds, Emerald Fields, and Standing Akimbo. So shout out to them. It's the season to give gifts of joy and happiness. So let's have some fun with this Christmas movie draft.
Okay. Well, isn't Chris going to roll the dice?
Everyone rolls a dice.
Oh,
so we're changing
does?
this up.
Guys, I feel
Eve
really
is
good
no longer in charge of picking the draft order because she was going to sabotage.
I only did it a couple times. No, false narrative.
Oh my God, you were just admitting to it?
Yeah, she did before you walked in.
I've picked a couple of times, so not for, first of all, not for all the drafts. Second of all, even the ones I've picked for.
Chris, what are you talking about?
I haven't won necessarily.
Somehow you sabotaged us.
Okay.
Okay, so everybody gets a die of
destiny. I
destiny.
came prepared today. I've got a list.
No,
Everyone
I got a little
has
sheet
a die
too.
of destiny. Whoever rolls the highest number will go first, second lowest, and then third goes last. We'll do 5 movies. You can go any route you want. Everybody roll, go. Oh, fuck.
Well,
all right, Eve, we got to roll off. Chris is first with a 6. Me and Eve have 2s. This is called bad radio. 5. Oh, 5s again. We're tied. Roll 3, go. I got a 6.
Yep.
I got 2.
Eve's last.
All right, so Chris, Kip, Eve.
Okay, so I want to get this clear. And
she was going to give herself the first pick if she was in charge, and now she's third.
You don't know. You don't know.
Karma.
You don't know.
I don't, but I guess, right?
All right, so obviously first choice, I could go a lot of different ways. But I mean, I've got to take one of the 1As off the board. Christmas Vacation.
Damn.
The National Lampoon Christmas Vacation?
Yeah.
No, the other one. Yes, that one.
I'm confirming. There's a lot of Christmas movies.
Chris, that's a great pick. I think that's an overall 1-1. It was my number 1 on my sheet. Eve, where did you have it on yours?
2.
2? Oh, man. So this puts me in a little bit of a pickle here. So I think because I have to play my odds, and I know that I'm sitting next to Eve, so when she does her snake, I think I can get something else on the wraparound that she's not going to pick. So I'm going to go ahead and take Home Alone. No. Home Alone 2. Home Alone 2. It's the far superior Home Alone. We grew up in the South. So seeing a majestical city such as New York and a kid being able to run rampant through the city with his father's credit cards and all the cash in the world, making light of people that I thought the villains were great. When you have Rob Schneider and what's Tim Curry in the hotel.
Oh, yeah.
And then you've got the wet bandits that, and so it changed the scenery from just being in the house. And we already had fallen in love with Kevin McAllister at this point. So in the second one, I was like, how is he going to do it this time? I mean, I thought it was great. Duncan's toy chest is wonderful. He found a new house of horrors. And the bird lady that looks like Pierce Morgan, I thought
She does not look like Pierce Morgan.
Yeah, she looks fucking identical. Are you serious?
I'll have to look it up, but I don't think she does.
Please do. I thought it was better than the first. So I'm going to go Home Alone 2 as my 1-1.
Did you see? Sorry, go ahead.
And did the second Home Alone is the one that brought us the Talk Boy, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And I had that
and
gift.
I got that for Christmas.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out to FAO Schwartz or whatever one of those catalogs
Duncan's.
had that.
Yeah. What were you about to say, Eve? Before Chris rudely cut you off?
No. Did you see the kid who? Why can't I remember his name? Macaulay Culkin. He got like a star.
Yeah.
And then like Catherine
O'Hara
was there, and they got the side by. They're like, oh, everyone's
Yeah,
like
that was
freaking out.
great.
Yeah,
Did you hear his voice? Because if
a
you
little bit, and I was like, what?
That's his voice? Okay, so
Not that deep.
If you have not heard it, and I mean, it's just it was very heartfelt, and he was like in tears because it seems like it's a long time coming, and he's had his own battles. But when he was addressing his wife, I was like, this is so heartfelt. What the fuck is this voice? Like, it is so peculiar. You can find it on literally any source. Just go listen to his speech. It's very heartfelt, but I couldn't get past the voice. I was like, oh.
But to get a star, you pay for it yourself, right?
Oh, do you?
They have to pay like $10,000.
Okay.
I think you still need to get nominated or something, but I don't really. It doesn't impress me as much because it's like you pay for
That
it.
don't
with all
impress
them?
me much.
Yeah.
Shania Twain.
Shania Twain, try it out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway.
Well, you kind of just pissed all over that guy's parade, huh?
Sorry.
No, it's okay. Don't apologize. I guess, Chris, we're not going to get a star.
Giving some facts.
It's like getting on to 40 Under 40. They're like, how much are you willing to pay? It's like, the magazine's really doing well over there. A lot of people are probably reading this. Thanks. All right, Eve.
So do I get to pick two?
Yeah, you got the third and the fourth pick overall.
Okay. So my first pick, I'm going to go White Christmas.
Fucking do it.
Yeah, black and white.
It's not black and white, but okay.
The first one's not?
There's only one White Christmas. They didn't make a sequel.
Don't be a bitch about it.
She is just like looking at you like, no, Chris, wrong movie.
Well,
I think
I'm
you're thinking
sorry,
of the
it
wrong
sounds
movie.
like one of those black and white movies.
So you've never seen it.
I probably have.
I think you're thinking of the wrong one. It's with Bing Crosby, Danny Kaye,
Okay.
Rosemary Clooney. Okay.
This is what I was talking about in the group text, and you said, you don't even know me. I fucking know you.
Yeah.
It's not black and white.
I
and
know, but I knew you were going old ass. I knew.
What year
you
was
have the
this?
soul of a 70-year-old jazz player, and I love you for it. But I could have told you from a fucking mile away that my picks were going to be safe from the curve of Eve.
What year did this movie?
I don't know, the
60s?
50s.
1954.
Solid, Eve. Go for it. That was
It's
your
fucking
number
great.
one,
Yes.
too, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Nice.
All right, what's your second? We can't even talk about it because nobody's seen it besides you and my dead grandparents.
I thought you liked the movie.
I don't know. Eve may be targeting.
I like that you picked that because that makes me know that I know
You've
you.
referenced it before, so I thought
Eve's
you've
is
seen it.
targeting our older demo with this first pick.
That is true. Shout out to our parents.
I'm targeting the demo that's good taste. So I'm going to win. Second one, I'm going to go A Christmas Story.
That's fair.
That's good.
And
well
You'll
played.
shoot your eye out.
That one, I like that one. That's a good movie.
And
that was on
it's
my short list.
It was always tough when you wanted that BB gun, though.
My parents didn't give a fuck. They were like, shit, I hope one of them shoots the other one's eye out. We
bully.
weren't good kids. Like, they were like, yeah, fuck yeah, use a gun. Get away from me. But yeah, I give you that. That's a good one.
Yeah.
All right, so my next pick, I'm going Love Actually.
God damn it.
I was worried Chris may like that one. It's on the. Everyone knows I'm a rom-com guy. I'm also a crier. I'm a happy crier.
It's so good. We've
It's
already watched it.
Yeah, the Hugh Grant finding the girl at the whatever, as well as like the awkwardness of the whole situation is witty and funny.
The movie's so dumb.
Where's my
call
fucking coat?
Yeah, like I just thought it was fun. It's whimsical. It's playful. It gives people hope. I love the old rock star and how he's just like, yeah, I'll probably just be pissed drunk with my manager somewhere or whatever.
At Elton John's.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, become a pop star and they'll give you drugs for free. But I thought all of the different stories kind of intertwining, Alan Rickman being a huge piece of shit, and then kind of how they all backdoor. And I thought Keira Knightley, that may have been when she peaked. Not in necessarily, she was so good looking in that movie.
She was 17.
Jesus, really?
Yes.
Well, to be fair, I was like 16 at that time too. That's exact. I was in high school. I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
She is pretty. Yes.
Yeah. But I was like, yeah, because she's British and like the Portuguese little girl that falls in love with Colin Firth. I thought that was a fun story.
Great.
So I enjoy it. I feel like it brings a little bit of cheer and it associates a little bit with America. Colin, god of sex, going to Wisconsin.
You may think this is chock full of condoms. Why do you hate that movie so much, Eve?
Oh, I can already tell. She just hates the holiday.
It's just dumb. Like, you fall in love with someone who can't even speak your language and you decide to get married.
He learns her language.
Barely.
Okay.
And you love each other before that. You speak like 3 sentences. You're like, I'm in love with you. No, and she works for you. Power imbalance.
Eve. Well, technically, I don't know if she really works.
She was
a
actually
maid.
working at the restaurant.
But first of all,
that.
Eve, why do you hate love? First of all, you don't know. Maybe one day you meet somebody and immediately it's just this connection.
Maybe he speaks like, yeah, he could definitely speak like Bulgarian and you'd be like, oh, fuck, I love this Balkan and not even know it.
Nope.
And then next thing we know, we're signing you up for speech classes, language classes.
Oh, and fun fact, day 5, Duolingo, 5-day streak.
Of what?
Portuguese. Chris, I stole Love Actually right out from under you.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to apologize because I'm going for different genres as well, but I'm going for a listening demo that's actually listening to this podcast, not people in senior homes back east.
Okay, so I'm going to...
Don't insult my parents.
I'm going to throw in...
Are they listening?
No.
So hold on, now it's a snake for me, right? I'm gonna hit you with some cartoons.
Of course, he's going to have like hentai porn Christmas.
And I'm going to go with How the Grinch Stole Christmas, the OG cartoon one.
The black and white? Isn't it black and white?
No.
Oh.
I hate both of y'all, but I love that y'all just try to dunk on one another. Eve hasn't seen the cartoon Grinch, which is
No, I have, but
least surprising.
I think I found it pretty boring as a kid.
Well, cool. This isn't for you.
Obviously.
It's for our audience.
She likes Bing Crosby, Chris.
Yeah. Sweet.
Yeah. Okay, so that's not a bad one. The first, I thought claymation may be in someone's repertoire. I'm looking at Eve on that one. So you never really know, but that's you're clipping a good audience there of those that like the nostalgia old.
I'm sure Eve enjoys a glass of warm milk before she goes to bed. Anyways.
Wait, aren't you older than everybody?
Not in terms of soul years. I'm vastly younger than Eve.
Okay.
She's like a dog. And she's like 70 in the heart.
Yeah.
Yes.
Fair.
Maybe 80.
She's like, the Titanic was cold. Okay, Chris, what's your second pick?
Okay, so my second pick, I'm going to go with Bad Santa.
Okay.
It's a funny one. I mean, like, honestly, like, the more and more you watch that movie, the better it gets.
Bernie
like,
Mac.
Billy Bob.
Bernie Mac is great in that one. I love that his role. And what is it, Thurman Merman? Jesus Christ, that kid. He never stood a chance. Okay, that's not. I know Eve is going to tell you it's bad, but at the same time, I thought that's a good pick. Eve,
I've never seen it.
really?
Really?
We're going to have a movie night. We're going to make a pallet down here. We'll turn the heaters on.
Whoever wins, we have to watch all 5 of their movies.
Ooh.
Or maybe one.
Just yeah,
Okay.
Maybe
maybe
one.
the week of Christmas we all spend it together instead of our with
In
our
our
family.
Secret Santa gifting.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we are doing that too. Okay. All right. I like that one. That's not too terribly bad. Here's where I'm going to kind of zig a little bit and try to get a little bit of the older community. Bill Murray and Scrooged. I think it's a good classic, spin on the story, as well as comedic relief. It's probably one of the older ones that I didn't actually get the first few times, and then you watch it as you get a little bit older, and you're like, okay, this hits a lot harder now that I kind of understand the comedic, timing and notes and things of that nature. So I think that's a pretty good one. It's not always the first one I watch or the one I watch right at Christmas, but like next week when we're kind of in that lull where nobody's trying to work, or that's a perfect time to throw it on a Wednesday night after Survivor. For those that watch Survivor on the same night.
And you're making fun of me for being old.
That's an 80s movie. You picked a movie
No, I'm
from
saying you
1950.
watch Survivor.
Survivor is one of the first ever reality TV shows, so Kip's actually just...
Yeah, I watched
It's
that.
really
and
not,
if
but-
I had said Vanderpump Rules, would I have been hip with your crew?
Not my crew, but you have been a little
Younger?
younger a little bit.
That doesn't fucking matter.
Okay, do I get to pick two again?
Yep.
Okay. I'm going to go with The Santa Claus.
Fuck!
Starring Tim Allen.
I have the VHS upstairs. That's a great one.
That is a good one.
I love it.
Yeah.
Aren't they making like...
They've made a couple by
They've made
now.
like a
Martin
newer
Short-
one recently.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but he's in it too, but he's also in like
Doesn't
January
count.
6 videos, so I'm not sure if I'm actively going to catch him. It's nice.
Oh, is he crazy now?
I don't know if he's crazy, but remember when he got fired from ABC because he made some off-color remarks, and
Did
they
he?
cut his show Last Man Standing, and then somebody else. It was doing well, and then somebody else picked it up that doesn't mind when he says things like that. Maybe the Murdoch Group, but it's cool. Eve, I see where your allegiances lie. That's a great movie. I fucking love it. And that's another one where when you're younger, you don't really understand all the jokes.
Yeah.
And then when you get a little bit older, those little quips and one-liners are great. But like when his transformation is fucking hysterical. I shave in the morning, in the afternoon, I look like this. Is one of my favorite lines ever. So that's a good call, Eve. You're welcome back into the game.
Okay, thank you. See, there's one I want to pick, but I don't think there's any chance of either of you picking it. So I might save that for
So
last.
that's kind of where I was. And I'm mad now because I didn't think you were going to go Santa Claus.
Okay, I'm going classic. Like, this is the stuff I'll probably...
Get made fun of for?
No, I'll always watch if it's like on TV or something. And I watch growing up and stuff. So I'm going to go with Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, the claymation.
I was wondering if that or there's another one.
There's a cartoon one.
I'm not
That's
tipping
good.
picks, but okay, that's a good one. That's a staple
I love
from
that.
the growing up.
And it's good every time. Every time you watch it, you're like, it still hits.
That's on my...
Oh, okay.
It's on my list.
It was on your top 5, or was it your spare?
I mean, I have like 20. I didn't
okay,
rank
okay.
them, but that was on my list.
Go ahead, Kip.
That was I don't hate either of those. So you kind of redeemed yourself, at least in my eyes. I'm going with Elf.
Saw that coming.
Yeah.
I mean, we were talking about this weekend. It's golden retriever vibes. I'm myself in a similar situation for those that watch TikTok and know what a golden retriever boyfriend is. But it's just someone that's just constantly wagging their tail and just like smiling and chipper as shit. That's Buddy the fucking Elf. And I love him. I don't like sweet things as much as he does, but by God, when he's working in the mailroom, I'm fucking dying. Like the dancing with the big Russian hat, and then
Yeah, it's great.
oh, you must be from the South Pole when he's dealing with Peter Dinklage. It's just top to bottom great. James Caan, rest in peace. He was also, Santino from The Godfather, so that was a great correlation. Star-studded cast. Zooey Deschanel can sing, and then Cedric the Entertainer being the mall manager that fights him all the time. I find it a great movie. It puts off Golden Retriever vibes, so shout out to Elf. And Mr. Norwal, possibly the greatest line in Christmas time cinematic history. Bye, buddy. I hope you find your dad. It's just wonderful. It's so cheerful. All right, you got 2. You got the old reach around, Chris.
So this is my final.
Yeah, you've got 4 and 5 here, and then me and Eve got one more.
All right, so I'm going to go back to one. I always watch with my dad. Absolutely love it, and that's Charlie Brown Christmas.
That was the one I was thinking of with claymation and whatnot.
Yeah, I mean,
Double cartoon, huh, Chris?
I mean, I've got room for another fucking cartoon in there.
Maybe we'll do honorable mentions, but that explains a lot. He just pops 75 milligrams, and he's just watching fucking animals talk to trees.
Okay, so I could go with a cartoon in this last one.
That would be a little heavy.
Or
It's
I'll
like
throw.
South Park
Okay,
Christmas
I'll
movie.
throw up a controversial one that may not.
Oh my
be...
God, he's gonna do it. He's gonna
do you
pander
think?
pick.
No, I'm not.
you
I have 2 older sisters.
Oh,
And so, like, we always would watch, or I always had to watch with them, Little Women. Which is kind of like, it's like a New England, like, it's all
The one with Winona Ryder?
Yeah, the OG one. Is that not a Christmas movie?
I mean,
Yeah.
I'll let them have it because I think the same argument is being made on our social media page today about movies that exist in the time. And if that is the case, I think that's fair game because, you know, it goes on with it. I think it'd be in the same camp as picking Harry Potter.
A Christmas movie?
I mean, some people call it a Christmas
No, that's
movie.
a super stretch. Harry Potter.
I don't. I
Get
mean, look,
outta
I'm not a
here.
Harry Potter.
Do they
Okay,
celebrate
well then-
Christmas? No, I haven't seen the movie in forever. So if you want to choose that, sure.
I think we should
But I
let them
don't
have
know.
it. I think we should let them have it.
Okay, no, that's fine. I just don't remember the movie really.
Yeah, I mean, like, there's parts of it around Christmas time, like, set
Sure.
in, like, you know, the old school New England up around your parts.
Okay,
Fuck.
Yeah, you should the vet right there.
that's why Kip let you pick it. He was like,
Well,
"Yeah,
then,
yeah,
all right,
pick it."
let me.
No, he picked it.
No, let me do Frosty the Snowman, the cartoon.
Not much better.
He's 12. Chris is 12 years
Kip,
old.
you make the call. What are we accepting?
Okay,
I mean,
well-
I don't think he has a chance either way.
No, I don't care.
I don't either. I don't.
What do you want?
I think you're getting third place again this month, Chris.
Fuck off.
You can't pick another choice. It's either Frosty or Little Women.
Yeah.
Pick.
What do you want on the
We'll
scorecard?
whichever one you want.
It's going up tomorrow afternoon.
Oh my god, Frosty the Snowman. People are gonna fucking love that. Do y'all not remember that cartoon where Frosty kind of like later on he melts and stuff? It's kind of sad at the end, but it's a good story.
Yeah, Chris. Everyone knows the story. I even know the song, but at the same time, I didn't have it in my pantheon or my top 5. But I sure as fuck didn't have Little Women. So you may have saved a little bit of dignity, but those that listen are going to know exactly where your allegiances lie.
Y'all are gonna be so surprised when I take this thing.
You're not gonna win.
'Cause I've got a good mix of cartoons and just
You have
classics.
majority cartoon.
I've got Bad Santa. I've got Christmas Vacation. I've got Charlie Brown Christmas. I've got How the Grinch Stole Christmas, which is fucking fantastic, and Frosty the Snowman.
Okay, go ahead, Kip.
Oh my God. So I have some actually good movies to choose from. And the problem is that we almost needed a fourth person here because there's so many still out there. The OG Home Alone, which I'm not going to take because I took the second one.
Oh,
but I
Mr.
don't
Good.
want to tip a lot of picks just before Eve goes. And so this one, I've got my rom-com. Technically, Elf is probably in that same ballpark. Home Alone 2, Love Actually. Do I go something classic like A Miracle on 34th Street? Or do I keep it in true to my hearts with a Family Stone love story around Christmas with another star-studded cast? But I think I'm actually going to go with Four Christmases with Vince Vaughn and Reese Witherspoon.
That's pretty funny.
John Favreau is the brother that's the UFC guy that just wants to fight. The premise is eerily similar to how I like to spend the holidays in that I have zero interest in spending it with anyone else besides, at home with us and ours. And so, like, it's all about, like, having to travel and see family. And it's just such a fucking chaotic time. And as somebody that also, or that someone that grew up in a very split family, it embodies the divorced family style so beautifully of like different vibes at other ones and like the chaos of having to go from one to another and timing, all with a little bit of comedic relief and Vince Vaughn's patronizing humor. I enjoy it. So I think Four Christmases snuck out the Family Stone here in 2023 Christmas movie draft.
I'm disappointed in you in that. I thought you were going to throw up the Family Stone because you love that.
I do love it, but at the same time, do I love it because Luke Wilson goes out and gets high with Judge Craig T. Nelson? Or do I love it for the same reasons I love Home Alone 2, which is it's set on this huge, house in Vermont or whatever, and they're all like, I don't know, liberal as fuck, and like they're switching partners and shit like that. I don't know if it actually is a great movie or if I just enjoy it, whereas I think Four Christmases is actually a good movie. So I'm going to go with Four Christmases. Eve?
I don't think Four Christmas is good, but I'll watch it.
Okay. I'm probably not going to win because I feel like you got the Love Actually and Home Alone, I think, is going to push you over.
What about Elf, too?
And Elf, I
mean,
think.
I got 3 good ones in there. And then a couple roads.
Good, quote unquote.
You could throw in Home Alone 1 to maybe
I could pander to the audience, but you know what? I'm going to be true to myself and what I like.
She's going to pick A Wonderful Life. Is that it?
I'm going to pick The Muppet Christmas Carol.
Okay, that's actually really
I
good.
almost thought about that was on my list as
Because
well.
it's fucking awesome.
That one's good. Bravo. I'll give you that one. You have probably brought yourself back into it because those that know it's quality. Chris got a distant third yet again.
Yes.
Yeah.
I agree.
We'll see how the cookie crumbles.
Good old Michael Caine. So many good songs. So great.
That was a good one. That was a good, nice save. What about honorable mentions? Ones that got omitted that shouldn't have, because Jingle All the Way is in there for Phil Hartman and Arnold Schwarzenegger.
That was great.
Here, Chris, was this on your list? Or Charlie Brown Christmas?
He said
I
Charlie.
already
Brown.
said that.
No? Oh,
Yes.
shit. I'm sorry.
Where are you?
I had a moment. I'm sorry. Yes.
She's the one that's eating all
Sorry.
these edibles. What was on your short list that didn't get picked?
Nightmare Before Christmas.
Ooh, another cartoon, but nice.
Which is also people debate all the time. Is that Christmas? Is that Halloween?
Well, that's a Die Hard conversation, which has been had on the social media all day.
Right.
Like, is Die Hard a Christmas movie? And since you're a movie connoisseur, well, kind of, now that the proof is in the pudding that I'm probably the connoisseur, what is your stance on that? Because I argue that Die Hard could technically the premise could be done during July 4th or a retirement party or a New Year's Eve party. It's just happened. They chose Christmas, but it's not meant to be a Christmas movie.
Yeah.
And it's a highly contentious topic on the internet because people like to be combative more so than it doesn't bring Christmas cheer. You know, it doesn't. I mean, he does make a couple references to it, like Bruce Willis with one-offs, but it's not a Christmas movie just because they're there for a company Christmas party in the Nagasaki building. Thoughts?
So that argument can be made for Little Women then.
Yeah, and Trading Places, and Harry Potter.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, I don't really care enough. Since it takes place on Christmas or Christmas Eve, I think technically, sure, it's a Christmas movie, I guess. But it's not really known for that. So, like, I'm in the middle. I don't care either way. I can see both sides. I don't feel strongly.
do you have anything on your short list that didn't get there?
I mean, It's a Wonderful Life, Miracle on 34th Street, Gremlins.
Oh, Jamie would have loved the Gremlins call.
Yeah.
Also, Miracle 34th Street. Are you talking about the one with the cute little girl from when we were like kids and she was just like Matilda?
No, I
You meant the old one?
I meant the black and white one this time, guys.
Yeah, fuck, of course you
I think
did.
they have like 3
Wait, why
now.
do you hate that girl?
I just never liked her.
I loved her in Mr.
Her face
Outfire.
bothered me.
Oh my god,
As a child, I was like, no.
I'm out on that one.
I didn't like her.
Is Adventures in Babysitting? Was that around Christmas time? You know what I'm talking about?
I know the movie, but I don't know if it took place around Christmas. But
Elizabeth Shue.
Yeah.
I was just wondering. I couldn't remember. Maybe not. That's a great fucking movie, though.
Yeah. Wow, you're reaching to these really random ones. I kind of want to hear Chris's list.
Yeah, why don't you read off the rest of
Yeah,
your
I wanna
list,
hear
Chris?
yours.
It's like
all
22.
On my list, I had Love Actually, How the Grinch Stole Christmas, Little Women, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, A Charlie Brown Christmas, Bad Santa, Home Alone, The Nightmare Before Christmas, A Christmas Story, and Frosty the Snowman.
Oh, okay. What's the one with... I never really saw it. I think it's a claymation. There's like a fire dude, and there's an ice guy.
That's the one with the abdominal snowman?
Yeah.
Abominable.
Abominable.
Abdominable. That's not a bad list, but I know what you're talking about.
I never saw it, but that's
That
a
may-
Christmas one, I think.
That one may be Rudolph as well.
What was there was one that came out like a year or two ago, I think, maybe on Hulu or something, with Kirsten Stewart, and she takes her girl, her like girlfriend who's just her friend home for Christmas.
Yeah, it was okay.
It was okay. You don't know this one?
Nuh-uh. I feel like both in the Christmas music and Christmas movie world, it's very rare we get hits these days. Like,
yeah, they're all
everyone's playing the old ones remade. Like, I feel like Jingle All the Way was an original. Thought that was pretty funny and premise and things of that nature. But realistically, like, we don't see as 4 Christmases, obviously, but there's not a lot of them out there. It seems like we do a lot of repeaters or spin-offs or sequels.
No, I saw something.
Bad Santa 2.
I saw something, a Violent Santa or something.
Oh, yeah, a Violent Christmas.
Oh, with that guy from Stranger Things.
I think I saw something on Netflix.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was okay.
Oh, you watched it?
Yeah. Or Violent Night.
Yeah, Violent Night.
Maybe that's it.
My list was Christmas Vacay, Home Alone 2, Love Actually, Santa Claus, Family Stone, Four Christmases, Just Friends with Ryan Reynolds and Amy Smart. It's just
That's a good one.
Does that take
Anna
place during
Faris
Christmas?
is funny. Huh?
Does that have to do with Christmas?
It's all during Christmas
Oh.
where she's like
Because he goes home.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
because their like plane catches on fire that they were going to go to spend Christmas in Paris. Just Friends, Miracle on 34th Street, Scrooged, and Jingle All the Way. And I had to get Scrooge because I had to get some old
All right.
Christmas Story.
I had
was-
some older ones on here, but I'm not going to say them.
How old were you going here, Eve? Like pre-World War?
Maybe another one with Bing Crosby. Maybe.
Pre-World War? Did you have a pre-World War, Eve?
Holy fuck, Eve.
When the Nazis had Christmas or something like that?
What are you asking?
What did
How
you-
old does your movies go?
Oh, from like the 50s. It's the
Jesus.
40s dabbled. They're fucking
It's the
good,
40s.
excuse me.
What were the other ones?
Holiday Inn.
Oh, The Holiday's good. Oh, different one. Well, y'all, I hope you have a wonderful week. All this week, we have this week, next week, all of our interviews leading up for the next couple of weeks. We're going to be talking with people from the cannabis space from all over the world. We have Blunt Strategies from Minnesota joining the pod to talk. Those ladies will be talking about legislation and how they got policy passed to get legalization in Minnesota. But this Thursday, we have our buddies Zach and Adam from Numbnuts, the two clowns that I was running around with in Vegas for the most part, talking about their great, obviously concepts that they have through CBD and THC savory items and snacks. And they've got a lot of cool stuff on the horizon as well. But we're going to have guests joining us all throughout December. So not too much work, but just enough and just enough entertainment to keep y'all powering through. But just remember, I was operating on like very little sleep. So, I mean, God gives his toughest battles to his strongest angels, and I am that angel. So y'all give me a little grace with the episodes on Thursday. But I want to thank Chris and Eve for their time on Tuesday. Before we go, anything we missed, Eve?
Nope.
Chris?
Nope.
Well, until next episode, don't forget, stay high, stay hungry.
Ho, ho, ho.
Go watch White Christmas.
Cheers.
Cheers.